So what is a day at PCA going to look like underneath these new regulations? So to make sense of all of this stuff, I have posted our blueprint, which is in draft form right now. I've posted that to the Pioneer Christian Academy, to pioneerchristian.org / COVID-19. So you can go there and see the draft form of the blueprint. And I've also posted our communicable disease plan, and you should definitely check that out. I wrote it on purpose so that it could be so at like a 5th grade level or so. And so I tried to use pictures and try to like really understand the communicable disease plan. And so I'll just take 1 second here quickly to explain the difference between the blueprint and the communicable disease plan. So the communicable disease plan is just a general document that we're going to be using at PCA every single year. It basically talks about how to deal with flu. And how to deal with sickness as a whole. As you know, every fall and winter is flu season, and there's kids often get sick a lot, and so the communicable disease plan is all about just figuring out how to get as few kids and staff members to get sick as possible. Then the blueprint is dealing specifically with the Ready Schools Safe Learners guidelines, and so you can find both of those documents at pioneerchristian.org / COVID-19. Now, one other thing you might be interested in seeing while I'm talking about the documents you can see there is if you go to pioneerchristian.org / health, you can also click on a button there that says, should I send my student to school? And that's an interesting document that will help you make some decisions as you, if you're going to be sending kids to school here, that hitting that button and looking at that at a flow chart there will help you make decisions about whether or not you should be sending kids to school. All right, now let's get to what a day at PCA is going to look like. And so to make sense of this, I've made up a little girl named Jackie. There, as far as I know, at the moment at least, there are no little girls at PCA called Jackie. So this is a made up character, composite character. And Jackie is going to be in 2nd grade. And so I'm going to tell the story of what it looks like, what going to school will look like for Jackie. And then along the way, I'm going to pop out of the story and I'm going to make some comments to explain what's going on. So let's get started. So it's 8:10 a.m. A team of staff members at PCA is ready by the drop-off zone in front of the school. Jackie's grandma is dropping her off this morning, and she and her grandma arrive at 8:17. A teacher wearing a face mask and shield walks over to Jackie's car. "Good morning, Jackie," she says. The staff member quickly checks Jackie's face for any signs of a fever, then holds a non-touch thermometer a few inches from Jackie's head. "Your temperature is 98 degrees. Perfect," says the teacher. "You can go on inside. Don't forget to cover your face." So, okay, let me stop here and I'm going to give an explanation. So, a big part of the requirements is screening, both staff and students when they get to school. Now, the school is not allowed to let kids come into the building that have flu-like symptoms. So we're looking to parents who are sending their kids to school to help screen kids, right? So if your kids are sick, just don't bring them to school. But even besides that, we do actually need to have a screening process as well. And so it's going to consist of us, visibly checking each kid's face to look for puffy eyes, red eyes, things like that, and also then taking each kid's temperature. The staff and students are required to wear face coverings. This has been a really big deal, has been a really tough one for us to navigate through here at school. And so I definitely am. This has been difficult all around. The face mask wearing and face shield wearing and so on has definitely been kind of it's been a pretty volatile issue, and I want to make it. I want to follow the guidelines for sure. We need to get the school open, but I also want to make it as I want to make it as. It's the word I'm looking for. I want to make it as easy for kids as well. Because I really believe that kids need to get fresh air. I believe that kids need to be able to breathe well. I want kids to be healthy. But I also want the school to be open, so it's like this tightrope we kind of have to walk here. So anyway, that's I guess all I'm going to say about that. Now, I'm going to be posting some pictures of acceptable face shields and face coverings on our website, so you can check them out there. But basically, I'll also describe them at this point. So there's a couple of different types of face coverings that students and staff are going to be required to wear while they are on the school inside the school building. And that is, let's just start with the typical blue face mask that's being handed out all over the place. It looks like this. It covers the nose and the mouth and kind of part of the chin. And so we've all seen lots of those. But then there are others that are more, that are like these more cloth type face masks that are more homemade style, that look a lot more comfortable and so on. Any face masks like that need to be washed each day. They're supposed to be washed each day if they're going to be reused. The other ones, the blue ones, are made to be disposable and thrown away. Now, there are other types of face masks as well that look a little bit more comfortable. One of my favorites is actually one that you kind of wear around the neck and then you just bring up, and it has kind of an elasticy type thing. You just wear it around your nose and your face and so on. That's one that I am planning to use myself, not at school necessarily, but myself if I need to wear one a lot. And then that brings up the whole face, that brings up the face shields then. So face shields are also an acceptable face covering that can be worn by both staff and students. And so in my story here with Jackie's going to be wearing a face shield. And I'm guessing that that's what most parents and students are going to opt for. Now, as far as the staff goes, we're actually going to require staff to wear face shields whenever they're teaching, at least, because I think it's very important to us that the students can see the staff members' facial expressions, that they can see their mouths, and also talking from behind a face shield isn't going to muffle the sound as much as coming through a mask. Then if teachers are going to be wearing masks, then we're going to have them, if they feel like they need to wear a mask when they're in front of the whole the front of their students and they're teaching their students, then we did also order a number of face masks that have a clear area right here so that students can still see their facial expressions. Still see their facial expressions. Okay, now as far as face shields go, the face shields that are required need to cover at least from the forehead down to like below the chin and then wrap around the side of the face. Now, if for some of you that are in the organization already and have gotten got the email that I sent out about a week ago, you'll remember that I had a face shield that kind of clamped on here and then went up to and just covered the nose. So my apologies about this one, but that actually is not going to work. I hadn't realized at the moment that one's not going to work because the requirement is actually that it covers all the way from the forehead on down. Now, as I was looking around for face shields and types of shields that might look good, that kids might want to wear, I found out that there actually are quite a few kind of really cute face shields, and I actually included a picture in that email. I'll put it on our website as well, of a face shield that has kind of a fox on it. It's kind of cool. Of course, for younger kids, cute face shields might be what they're looking for, but not so much for older kids. Okay, so anyway, so to kind of try to bring this whole thing together, face coverings that we're looking for are going to be cloth face coverings, starting from that blue thing that we see all over the place to more comfortable face coverings that look a little bit more homemade, look more comfortable, all the way to then face shields, which need to cover from the forehead down to below the chin and around the face. Okay, so those are your typical face coverings. All right, let's get back to our story here with Jackie. Actually, sorry, I'm going to end this video, and I'm cutting these videos up so that they're easier to find later on. So in just a moment, I'll be back, and we're going to pick up with physical distancing, and we'll see what Jackie's going to do next.